Oh, hello, hello, hello. I expected
And
you.
just came right into my trap. You activated my
Yes.
trap card.
Yes. This is an ambush of sorts.
A man bush.
Yeah. I always thought like it's I feel like it's only a proper ambush if you come out of bushes, right?
Hmm.
Right?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure if bushes did actually like added to the were part of the origination of that phrase ambush.
No, I think it was. I think people be coming out of the bushes is an ambush.
Do you think guys who wear ghillie suits are just like ambush?
Yeah.
They have like they have a crisis of identity. They're just like, am I a bush? Am bush?
Am I Bush? Yeah, that's what Jeb asks himself every morning.
I think that's more of a George W. Bush one. I think Jeb is. I think all of I think Jeb's the less charismatic one, but I think I think he's the smarter of the brothers
Yeah, definitely. But he
because he actually knows another language.
yeah,
Like he speaks Spanish fluently.
he
Like I don't
never had his
like.
time though. That Jeb, thank God he never had his time. He's a real piece of shit, just like his brother.
Oh yeah, I mean they're all beyond above and beyond pieces of shit.
Yeah, beyond good and evil.
Yeah, I guess that's the only good thing I could possibly potentially say about Jeb Bush is like he's smarter than George W. Bush.
Good for him. Good for him, man.
Yeah, you did it. You're smarter than the dumbest man alive. Well, I guess Elon Musk is the new dumbest man alive, so it's like there's like competition.
Yeah.
Like, who do you think is dumber? Do you think it's George W. Bush or Elon Musk?
I'm gonna go for God. They're dumb in such unique ways though.
Yeah,
Like
they're very unique in how dumb they are. So it's just like, so it's hard to like be like, okay, definitively say. It's just kind of like how like intelligence exists in many different ways for different people. So it's just like and I think being dumb is the same way. It's just like it's just like, well, it's a different kind of dumb. He's
there's a spectrum.
Like,
it's a spectrum, really. It's a
yeah, you
spectrum
could
of
say
dumbness.
like, oh, like Musk is street dumb.
yeah. George Bush W. Bush is more like book dumb.
Yeah, he's book dumb.
I think Musk is kind of book dumb too, though. I feel like the last stuff he read was probably like in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You got to be like, you got to give it, you got to hand it to him.
I guess
under
so.
no circumstances should you hand it to Elon Musk.
No, he really shouldn't. He's not worthy of hand.
No,
not worthy of the hand, brother. Well, I mean, he's worthy of a good backhand across his face.
Got him.
Hey,
that's what he's worthy
what's
of.
up? We're Soy Trek, by the way. My name's Britton.
And I am Pat.
Welcome to the bridge. We're here today to talk about some Star Trek. We got sad news, everybody. We got sad news.
What's that?
Well, Lower Decks got shut down. This is the last episode we'll be reviewing of Lower Decks. Unless we go back and review the first couple seasons, because I think we only reviewed season 3 through now.
No, didn't we do it from the beginning?
No, we didn't do it.
Maybe not.
No.
Oh, then yeah, we can. That's rife for content.
Mm-hmm.
The whole first season of Lower Decks.
Yeah, we've done an episode or two, I think, because they were just randomly drawn. Because when we used to do the random drawing of episodes,
yes,
we did that. So. Yeah.
So there's still a chance to revisit our wonderful friends aboard the Cerritos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's 50 episodes out there. We can have a good time with that in any time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just dial in to say howdy do.
Indeed.
But yeah, I was sad to see him go, but I feel like I honestly don't think this is the end. Really, I mean, it is definitely a see you later, because I don't know. Obviously, they're going to do movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel there's going to be some Lower Decks films. Like, not, it won't be like theatrical release films, but they'll still be like, oh yeah, Paramount will drop like a movie. Like, it's going to drop what's it called? The Section 31 movie. Mm-hmm. So I think we'll still see that, and of course, like, the Lower Decks comics are still very popular.
Yeah. Yep. Did you know that we have a Patreon?
I did know we have a Patreon.
Well, our Patreon's pretty cool. You go to patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. It's a great place to go. It's the wheelhouse for all of our wheels. And by wheels, I mean podcasts. And by podcasts, I mean the one you're listening to. I mean the Media Dungeon. And I mean Prison Breakdown, the carceral podcast, hosted by two professors smarter than me. We also got some defunct podcasts on there, including My Wife, Dumb Idiot Bullshit, and Getting Head, a Bucket Cast. What else we got up on there? We got, for $2 a month, you know what? You can support us. Help keep us ad-free, editorially independent. If you're listening to this and you hear ads, I don't know what to tell you. You're listening on the wrong platform, because they be in certain ads where we did not allow them. And we're not getting paid for that either. We get $0 ad revenue.
That's why you don't get your podcast from unreputable sources. Like, you could get like some street podcasts, that are just given to you. You think you're buying them cheap, but then they're full of ads.
Oh no, I fucking hate that.
The ads are the fentanyl.
It's stomped on. What? My podcast got stomped on? You're saying? Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you, dog. Like,
yeah. We don't need you dying from fentanyl-laced soy trick podcast.
I keep that Narcan on me. Like,
keep that Narcan.
I keep that Narcan on me for people who are up on that stomped on podcast shit, man. Like, people be out there listening to their Joe Rogan and like fucking leaning over in the street, and I'm like, shit, you need some help, dog. I got Narcan.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think like Joe Rogan podcasts naturally have fentanyl in them. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how Joe Rogan releases them. They have fentanyl.
Yeah. That's probably how. Yeah, he has so many listeners. That's the only way I can make sense of it. The only way I can.
I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that. Like, my brother loves Joe Rogan, and I'm just like, how can you listen to this?
He has a lot of guests, and some of them are good. I'll give him that. But yeah,
if he can, give him one compliment. Like, he has guys that go on there.
Yeah, and he's got legion of episodes too. Like, he's got I don't know, thousands of episodes at this point, I think, which is nuts. Because
incredible work from the unfunniest guy on news radio.
I know. He's so not funny. He's a decent actor. Like, he's a decent comedic actor, but he's not funny naturally, really.
No.
Even
even on news radio, he was kind of just like, he just felt like the guy. He was just like, hey, I'm that Italian guy who does the thing, who does like the technical stuff or something on the radio show. And he didn't seem to be noteworthy. That's why when he started doing the Eat Gross, the Fear Factor thing, I'm like, oh yeah, that was that guy that was on news radio. That show I like that had Phil Hartman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much more notably, Phil Hartman. R.I.P.
Yes.
R.I.P. to the great
R.I.P.
one.
And Stephen Root. They had a lot of good people on it.
Yeah, I root for the Root.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they call him Stephen Root because
that big ass dick vein.
Yeah, exactly. you know the stories. You heard the stories. You heard the stories about Stephen Root. Anyway, so on our Patreon, for $5 a month, we say thank you. Give a shout out to people just like. What effect are we going for today? Which effect in the bunch?
Go for little voice, weird tiny gnome voice. Or did you do that one already?
Okay, I got you, homie. All right, so we've got Nathan G, Papa Poison, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Jose Martinez, Gabe Siciliano, Robert Yolito, Asher Pliskin, Ethan Adams, Iggy, Abigail Simpson, Vinny, Gursky, Jordan Moore, Kyle Simmons, Nick Savard, Shane Sawyer, Anthony Cabrera, Seb, Phil McCavity, Danny, Dylan Lance, Jordan Hale, Elizabeth Hearn, Luna Dahlia, Professor David Craning Sites, Dan De Leon, B-Flig, Teddy, Jody, Shrimp God, Shane Williams, Sam Mayo, Lock Fanile, Skeptic, Gillian McCrary, SFC Punk, 7 of 9, Star Trek Enjoyer, D. Riker, Former Twink, and our good friends over at the Hate Speech Podcast.
Excellent.
Oh, wow.
Very gnome-like.
That was grating.
Yeah.
We just lost half of our listeners in that segment right there. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's the reason we don't have ads.
That was the fentanyl we talked about.
Yeah. We thank all those people for helping support us each month. Yeah, we really appreciate it. That's really awesome of y'all. And it helps make this easier, helps us keep up on equipment and stuff, keep up on costs for different things, especially the Media Dungeon, which is $10 a month. What did I say? I said
the Media Dungeon,
which is my server with almost 21,000 films now.
Wow.
Yeah. I've got almost 1,800 shows up in there. Just a bunch of media, a bunch of cool stuff, and I keep up to date on stuff people ask for. Someone asked for Dune Prophecy, so I've been keeping up to date on that, putting up 10 great 10-bit 1080 rips up of that. No, what was that?
Dune Prophecy is pretty good. I haven't finished it yet. It's only 6 episodes, right?
Oh, is it? I thought it was going to be 8,
so.
But is it just 6? Because then I got the whole season, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. Interesting, cool. Yeah, I heard that's pretty cool. So
yeah, I like it. Yeah. I have my theories. I haven't watched the final episode, but kind of.
It's the final episode. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about today. But we're before that. If you remember Soy Trek, the merch operation, for $20 a month on the Patreon, you get a merch package every month or every other month, depending on how much, how expensive it is. Because I don't want to break our own bank and make it prohibitively expensive for us, sending out a hoodie every other month or something. I think maybe I might do another one too. I should maybe get some stickers. I think people really like stickers. Yeah. I should send out some stickers.
I think people might like Luigi stickers. Just thinking out loud.
That's a good point. Or I don't know. I made that meme that went over pretty well with Data holding the face and it said defend, deny, oppose. I think that might go over pretty well.
Yeah, I saw a post where someone was making and selling Luigi shirts and got shut down. And so it might be good to do it through less conventional means, say podcasts.
Yeah.
Merch drops.
All right. by the way, what are we gonna do next week? Should we put it up to the voters, or do you want to do something special? Do you want to do some Star Trek? We could do whatever Star Trek we want next week. We're free.
It's true.
We're free. Or we could do we could also do a series retrospective. Oh yeah. We have the Section 31 movie pretty soon. That's at the end of January, I think, right? So
yeah. We got that looking forward to, I guess. Looking forward.
No, man.
We could do some Stargate. I've been watching Stargate.
You want to turn this into a fucking Stargate podcast?
There's 10 seasons.
I know.
Of just SG-1.
Don't each of the seasons have like 21 episodes or something, or 26 episodes or something crazy?
Yes, they do.
And that's so insane.
But it has sort of like, it does have a Star Trek type feel most of the time. Like they kind of meat-headed in a lot of ways, but like it is nice. They try. They don't have a prime directive or anything, but
okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. So anyway, that's our Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbullshit. Or sorry, dumbidiotbs. Stands for dumb idiot bullshit, but patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. We'll see you there. Thank you for supporting us. We love you. We love you so much. We want to lay you down and lay you down and give you the dick. I said lay you down and give you the dick. I said I lay you down and give you the dick. I said I lay you down and give you the dick. I said what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I lay you down and give you the dick. I said I lay you down and give you the dick. I said I lay you down and give you the dick. I said I lay you down and give you the dick. The dick.
Dick.
The dick. So, what are we doing? What are we doing here? We're going to my notes. The Lower Decks, Season 10. Season 10. Season 5, Episode 10. This one is called The New Next Generation. It is the gonna be the 50th episode altogether of Lower Decks, and it is the 948th episode of Star Trek released in all. This one was released on December 19th, 2024. The director of it was Megan Lloyd. They've directed a bunch of episodes of this series going back to like season 2. And the writer was none other than Mike McMahon, who is the series creator. Makes sense that they would write the end, I guess. He's a pretty strong writer too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun following him on Blue Sky.
Yeah. He's a funny guy. He's he's good. He's good. It's good for Star Trek, I think. It's been good for Star Trek. So let's see. We want to dive right in here. Want to get into it?
Let's do it.
So we open on a previously on Star Trek Lower Decks, where we learn that the multiverse is tearing apart, and it's up to the Lower Deckers to fix it. If you haven't, you should probably listen to the episode before this, because this is technically a 2-part episode. And it's also kind of a to totally get it, you kind of have to watch the entirety of season 5 for the most part.
I mean, that's kind of how like seasons work now. It's like they're not like individual stories anymore. It's always like one overarching plot for an entire season.
Right. But it is what it is. It is kind of a it's just one of those things.
It is what it is.
So we also recall Mock, a Klingon captain and friend of mariners. Mostly recaps for this season, but it's like all culminating to this. So when we return to the present, we're with Relga, a ruthless Klingon captain who killed one of her brothers. And we're with her fleet, and she's bored and wants to instigate a fight between her and Starfleet. Suddenly, a time portal opens and destroys one of the Klingon ships and transforms another into a TOS-era Klingon ship and its inhabitants into TOS-era Klingons. Relga says to not report it, as it's exactly what she needs.
Well, they're Discovery Klingons.
Or are they Discovery Klingons? Oh.
Yeah, remember like this. He turns purple and he's like, "What the hell?"
Oh. I wasn't sure with the animation. No.
I saw people arguing that showing like the Discovery Klingons being as part of like a different universe means that like that makes Discovery not canon anymore. I saw someone arguing that.
I don't think so. And I don't care if Discovery is canon or not, but I think it is. Like, it literally is a Star Trek show, so maybe.
It do be.
So, so we got credits 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. Really gonna miss this show. You know, I got kind of sad watching the credits. I'm like, hey, I really like this show, and you know, we still have the show to go back and watch, but you know, I do hope it could be one of those things like Futurama where it just gets rebooted, because you know, with a voice cast, you can just keep on making the same show forever throughout history, and it doesn't really matter, because that's exactly what they've done with The Simpsons. Even though like sometimes now, like Harry Shearer is sounding like old as fuck.
Have you heard Marge?
Oh, she sounds so old, dude. It's so weird, man. It's so
like,
weird.
It's bad. It's honestly so bad, and like I feel like we need to just like stop The Simpsons. It's like elder abuse at this point to make The Simpsons still. I feel really bad.
Why don't they just, I don't know, train a new generation to do The Simpsons if they really want to continue it on? But they shouldn't. They should absolutely not.
I saw a meme that kind of put like a lot of Simpsons fandom into perspective, where it's just like, so you consider yourself a Simpsons fan, yet you consider 2/3 of the show to be unwatchable because I haven't seen, there's more Simpsons episodes I haven't seen that I have seen, and every time I clue in on it, or I try to see a clip from a new one, it's just like the cast just seems really sad. You can hear the sadness in their voice, and now you can just hear their age, and like they seem to be actively dying.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have them like hooked up to oxygen machines. Fucking Homer Simpson's gonna be sounding like Darth Vader in a while.
Just replace them with AI or something.
No, thank you. I mean, they'll be able to do it probably seamlessly in a while, but I will hate it.
Yeah, it will be awful. Yeah, it'll just be complete dog shit. Like they'll, load their consciousness up into a computer.
All right, so you want to get into? Oh, we're already talking about this. Yeah. So after the credits, we get a first officer's log, and the Cerritos has some downtime. Shax and Tiana are going to the holodeck for sexy pirate time. And Mariner sits down with Tendi and T'Lyn, who are doing joint science officer stuff with Corboffles, which Mariner doesn't think is real, but apparently half of all Boffles are corbed. Which there were some pretty good jokes in this episode that I probably skipped over because I mostly just did the plot, but pretty funny episode.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, Rutherford is having trouble with engineering a plasma regulator, and Mariner is reluctant to admit Boimler's beard is pretty good at this point. And
his beard did look really sick. Like I thought, I thought the joke was going to be that it was just going to be patchy and awful the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But he actually made it look good, and it didn't seem to like affect him negatively in any way, which is interesting.
Yeah, he grew the beard Riker style, baby.
Yeah. He eats pussy Riker style.
Oh, you gotta eat pussy Riker style. You gotta
down the motherfucking bone.
Oh, you gotta spread it apart like a chicken wing.
Down that pussy bone.
Eat that thing like a chicken wing. Good old Riker.
Good old Riker. Eating that pussy bone.
Eating that pussy bone. Meanwhile, Bradford Boimler gets a call on the pad from Will Boimler and freaks out. So this was the end of the last episode. So we already kind of saw like this, but not like what led up to this, which is like this nice moment of levity.
Gentle moment between our friends one last time.
So Boimler and Mariner take it to Freeman and Ransom, and Freeman trusts them and agrees with their assessment that this is a huge threat, much to their surprise. And they're like, "Wait, really? We thought we'd have to like convince you a lot more." And she's like, "No, I trust you." And they're like, "Wow, great captaining." It was a nice little moment. Meanwhile, Mock is confronted by Relga, who tries to blame the loss of one of her ships on him as an excuse to attack him because he killed one of her brothers. And she does attack him, but Mock and his brother Maelor evade. Freeman calls the top brass, and the admirals, including her husband, say that although Enterprise is en route to help them, it's up to the Cerritos to save the day. They're given some shield updates to survive the emissions from the rift. And I was kind of surprised. Spoiler alert, Enterprise never showed up.
No, which I think is good because it's not the Enterprise.
Yeah, it was. It was kind of a red herring, and it was kind of fun to put that, but like not use it at all.
I did think like they were going to, especially like with the title, like the new Next Generation, like, oh, okay, it's going to be like.
Yeah, I thought they'd have a lot of voice actors from the Next Generation, but they didn't.
Yeah, it seems like they used previous episode to get all like the guest stars out of the way.
Yeah, right.
Which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Who was it? Was anyone interesting in this episode? Let's see, guest cast. We got Nicole Byer, John Curry, Phil Lamar, but he's on there a bunch, is the Admiral. Yeah, no one really. It was like, yeah, just people from episodes earlier this season, like. That's kind of wild, to be honest, that they didn't
which is it had a lot of the, because it did show like a lot of like the different little friends they met along the way a lot, but no, I enjoyed that, where it was just like, no, this is just lower decks canon mostly, guys.
Yeah, this is a lower decks episode. Thank you. It's our last episode. We're not gonna fucking Enterprise it and make it fucking bad. Did we get that far? I don't think we did. Maybe we did. So engineering starts working on shield improvements, and Rutherford is again disillusioned by working on the Cerritos. They encounter an engineering problem when a ship drops out of warp, and guess who it is? It's Mock and Maelor requesting asylum. Maelor is requesting asylum, and Mock is like, no, I don't want to, but he makes him. So They discuss this with Freeman in the meeting, but soon Relga shows up, and Mock is like, perfect. And the animation of the ships here is awesome. It looks really fucking good for like any animated show, like 3D or 2D like this is. It just like, it looks really fucking cool.
Especially this this episode. Yeah, I mean, this is an episode for like all the people, all the Trek fans, who are complete ship nerds.
Yeah,
because they'll go through.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, they go through so many classes. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Like I know, Mike from Red Letter Media watches it, and I'm sure, and he's a big
big ship guy.
So I'm sure he was freaking out.
I bet he watches it because he's friends with Jack Quaid. Getting laid and getting Quaid. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure that Quaid is getting laid.
Oh, I'm sure he is. So Relga hails them and demands Mock and Maylor, but Freeman won't give them up, saying that they have a different story than she does. Suddenly, Admiral Freeman calls, and she puts Relga on hold to talk to him. Freeman does. The Admiral demands that Captain Freeman give up the Klingon brothers, but something is off. Something a little bit fishy. Something smells a little bit like fish in this room, and I ain't got no pussy, so it must be a plot. It must be
Rock
a plot.
already ate it down to the bone, so you know there ain't no pussy.
Ate that thing like a chicken wing. You know what I'm saying? So Freeman gets Mock on the bridge, but Maylor has wandered off. Sensors can't locate him, so they do security sweeps for him. Freeman, in a gesture of kindness, gives Relga the shield updates to survive the rift. Relga doesn't want them and attacks the Cerritos. What a not okay move. That's not okay. Someone gives you something, someone gives you a gift to help survive, and you attack them? That's not cool, man.
That's not cool at all.
So the Cerritos warps away from danger, warps away from the fleet of birds of prey. Is it birds of prey or is it bird of praise?
Bird of prey.
Or
I think a bird of prey is a religious chicken.
Oh, okay. Is the bird of prey is that like singular and plural? Bird of prey is like a multiple bird of praise is a multiple.
Yeah, bird of prey refers to like a lot of different birds, or like it just like as you would say like, oh, that's a pigeon, or pigeons.
So would it be birds of prey or bird of praise?
Be bird of prey. That's plural. Bird of prey is plural.
Are you sure? Oh.
Yes.
With Klingon ships, it's plural.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
I'll trust you on this.
Yeah, one. I don't know. I'm terrible at English.
So the ship approaches a Schrödinger field, which can convert them into different possibilities and turn their ship into a Cerritos from a different reality where it's a different design. So this is where it comes into the switching up a whole bunch of different ship designs thing. Relga shows up and enters the Schrödinger field as the Cerritos converts into a different ship design. Rutherford is dissatisfied with the engineering, and Billups is concerned. One of the Klingon ships converts into a ship of death, which is like the barge of death from that one Voyager episode, and like everyone dies, and it's kind of funny and sad. Tendi and T'Lyn are at odds and decide to work separately, while Rutherford admits he's falling out of love with the Cerritos. Oh, that's a sad moment, right?
I do like how all the cast members get one last like little, each get their own little individual arc, basically.
They do, actually. That is kind of nice. Yeah, the big four, at least. Actually, the big five, if you six, because if we're counting Ransom, Freeman, they all have their moment in the sun, so to speak. And by that I mean the Son of God, Jesus Christ.
They picked up the bird of praise.
Yeah, the bird of prey.
The religious chicken.
Mm-hmm. So, one of the Klingon. We already did that. Mariner and Mock go to find Maelor and die to a due to a misunderstanding. I miswrote that, and I was like, wait, no one died in that scene. Due to a misunderstanding, Mock believes Mariner has hid Maelor. The Dolphins and Cetacean Ops think Mock is hot. The Cerritos changes into a Terran Empire ship. Do you think those dolphins are bisexual, by the way? Do you think that's the implication? You got bisexual dolphins up in here?
I just don't think they see, they're just, I think they're pansexual.
Pansexual. I think, okay, that's cool. I mean, that's essentially bisexual, right? I mean, yeah.
They just be fucking.
They be fucking, they be sucking, they be wackadoodle-doo. You know what I'm saying? They be wackadoodle-doo. So the Cerritos changes into a Terran Empire ship, and Shax notices the weapons are amazing, but then they immediately go down, which is a pretty funny gag there. Like, the weapons are amazing! Oh, they're down!
I did like that a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So, using the shield updates, Relga disarms the Cerritos, and it's dead in the water. Wait, how about... I'm just going to use dumb sound effects like we're a shitty radio show for the rest of this. So, using the shield updates, Relga disarms the Cerritos. Instead in the water, Mock enters the bridge and holds up Boimler's pad as proof that Mariner's hiding Maelor. But Boimler destroys the pad, and Mariner's like, why'd you do that? And Boimler says he doesn't need the pad if it comes between the two of them, which is really sweet, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So
fuck you and your sentimental bullshit, Boimler.
Mock prepares to do battle, but Ransom stops him, and he's like, "You're so strong. How is that?" And he's like, "My high intensity interval training."
Jacking that thing.
He admits to have hidden Maelor because the message from the Admiral was suspicious. They uncover that Relga forged the message. I don't know. I just got some effects here. So Relga hails them again and says they're going to be boarded, and Freeman uncovers Relga's plot. So she plans to destroy the Cerritos. So no witnesses, you know what I'm saying?
Bing bong.
Bing bong. Freeman says she'll have to take away the shield update, and Relga's like, "Oh yeah? Well, I'd like to see you try."
Sheer fucking hubris.
So outside Ollie, the demigod from earlier this season, if you remember that episode, kind of one of the weakest episodes in the season. Still an all right episode, but
yeah. I was surprised they kind of brought her back.
No, makes sense.
Doing a Kamihana, whatever from Dragon Ball Z.
Oh yeah, yeah, doing a Shuriken.
Shuriken.
So outside of the ship, Ollie hurls like a lightning bolt doing a shuriken at Relga's ship and takes their shields down. Takes them down to Chinatown. Suddenly, the energy field overtakes their ship and transforms them into mindless proto-Klingons filled with rage. And the Klingons' ship goes down. The Cerritos now must deal with the Rift as a Sovereign-class ship, and while transforming back and forth between ships. So it's at first a Sovereign-class ship like what Enterprise was, the original one from, and then turns into some other stuff. But then they're suddenly back to normal. Rutherford gains a second wind and begins engineering really fast while extolling the greatness of the California class. And realizing that he wasn't falling out of love with the Cerritos, but he was falling out of love with his implant. So suddenly the ship bifurcates realities, and Tendi and T'Lyn have to work together as science besties to fix it. And it's this really like kind of cheesy but really kind of fun, like almost like it felt very much like Sailor Moon or something like that scene where they're like, we have to work together as science besties, science besties, science besties. It was pretty all right. I thought it was kind of fun. So they cross the rift and shoot it, but it's not working. Then Maylor has an idea, and he's like, on the farm, when the river comes, you cannot like destroy it, but you can dam it. And Mariner picks up what he's putting down, catches that metaphor, and in some way uses the ship's power to dam the rift, closing it and containing it as a permanently open universal rift.
Yeah, I was kind of confused how she did that. I think they kind of glossed over it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the last episode. They only had an extra 5 minutes, it seems like, to make this episode. So this is only this is only 5 minutes longer than any other episode of the series, and which makes it 33 minutes. And I think an extra like minute of those is like an extended credit scene. So yeah.
Yeah, there was this like, we have no time to actually like to explain it. It just happens. Trust us.
Trust us. So that's pretty much the episode. Then we get an epilogue. Though to the series, really. And this is like the last like 4 or 5 minutes, and it's really sweet, I think. Starts with Boimler's log, and he kind of goes over things that have happened. So, disgraced, Mock was given Relga's fleet. Starbase 80 is then put in charge of the Rift because it's the only starbase with systems old enough that it's not affected by the Rift. And none other than Captain Freeman is put in charge of the Rift.
And so it really kind of fulfilled like her fear at the beginning, where she found out her alternate universe self was stationed at Starbase 80.
Yeah. And
she was just like, how could I be stationed at Starbase 80? And she gets stationed there, and she loves it.
Yeah, she does. So Admiral Freeman arrives to spend time with Captain Freeman. Aww.
Cute.
Cute. And we gotta hand it to Phil Lamar. He's a great voice actor. He should be on this series more. I mean, they use him quite a bit for like side characters and stuff, but also for Alonzo Freeman. He's great though. He's got this deep, chocolatey voice. It's great. So with Rutherford, he's taken off his implant for good, and he looks normal now. He doesn't look like the Terminator. And Tendi calls him handsome. And he's like, he turns red and says it's something about feelings and stuff, and it's cute. It's very twee.
Yeah, he doesn't have his dopamine inhibitors or something anymore, so He's just like, oh god,
right.
That thing was keeping his horniness at bay. That's why
he got the biggest boner under there. Oh man, he was fucking pushing that table up a couple inches. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is my drink coming towards me? I don't. Oh, what are you doing?
Guys, I think there's an anomaly happening in my pants. They're getting tighter.
So Mariner gives a speech about how she loves the Cerritos and her crew, and how like the diversity is their strength, and how they were handpicked by Captain Freeman.
They're just a bunch of silly guys who all make it work.
Right. They go to the bridge, and Ransom has been given command of the ship. He's been promoted to Capitan. Good for him. I think he is like a competent leader. I think maybe he is fit for captain. He's pretty cool. I like him. He's shown lots of growth and strength.
Oh yeah, he's definitely very Riker coded, and so it's like, but Riker, if he went to hit the gym.
Yeah. Riker doesn't care about the gym. He's like, whatever.
No, Riker, he doesn't give a fuck about the gym.
The only cardio I get is slaying puss.
Yep, eating it to the bone.
Yeah, I eat that thing like a chicken So Ransom says he needs to find a new first officer and suggests Mariner and Boimler as provisional first officers and makes them compete against each other, to which they protest, and they're like, that'll irrevocably change our relationship. That's not okay. He's like, no, a little healthy competition between friends is good. I don't think it is. He says he needs a new engage type thing for himself, and decides on engage the core, and everyone hates it.
But it makes sense also in a way, because it's like they are engaging the warp core.
It does. It is kind of cool, actually. Yeah. I like it.
So it works on two levels, and both of which are appropriate for a Starfleet captain who is all about working out. So
yeah, what would yours be if you were a Starfleet captain? What would yours?
Here we go again.
Oh, I kind of like that. That's pretty good. I think mine.
Not in the face. Not in the face.
Not in the Yeah. I think mine would be something to be like, let's fuck.
Yeah, let's fuck.
And then the ship just doesn't go anywhere. I'm like, what's going on? And they're like, I don't know. What are you trying to say? And I'm like, no, that's my like engage kind of thing. Like, let's fuck.
Be like, let's. Everyone. He's like, you're just like, point like, let's go suck that dick.
Let's go suck the big dick of space. No, that's a pretty good one.
Like Captain
like
Britt, everyone requests to be off of your ship. You have the opposite problem of the Enterprise. No one wants to be on this
one. Yeah. So that's the end of the episode. What do you think?
I loved it, and also I liked the end because, like, as it ended, it's just like, oh yeah, I mean, this is coming back in some capacity. Like, they've already introduced the new bridge dynamics, like the adventure obviously is keep going. Like they have also included some change, like a possible change in like Rutherford and Tendy's relationship, which could be potential. There's like a lot of different like threads. It's like they kind of almost like, kind of almost the opposite thing, where they instead of like closing a bunch of threads, they opened a bunch of new ones, and then so there's going to be like way more possibilities for future installments, like whether it be like a movie or books. I think it'd be funny to have books like Starfleet novels, but like no, I think we're going to see them again very soon.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, they'll definitely live on like comics and stuff, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's sad to see him go though. I like the series. I do admit I teared up a little bit a couple times during this episode. I'm like, just being like, man, I'm fucking sad to see this shit go.
Yeah, it's sad to see. It's hard to say goodbye to it. Where I think like when we watched Discovery, where it's just like it was like kind of a relief.
Mm-hmm. No, it was like putting down a bad dog. I'm like, well, I mean, it was a dog, which is sad to see it go because I like dogs in general. But this one maybe is,
this dog sucks.
Fuck this dog. Fucking kill that dog.
This dog stinks. It ate my stuff.
Yeah.
Like this dog's not even sick. I'm just gonna shoot it. So, like,
it's just,
where it's
like it just
Lower
deserves death. It's
yeah.
It ain't personal. It doesn't deserve to live.
Yeah. It just needs to be put down. And whereas Lower Decks, you're like, oh, I wish this dog would live forever. I wish there was a machine to make this dog live forever. But as we saw, like, you know, it's not actually dead. It's still living. It's a living thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's you know, good episodes, good series. Yeah, I really like this episode. I'm gonna give this one a 8 out of 10. Not even the best episode from this season, but still a good episode.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, I mean, it did feel like it. Like there was a lot of stuff to cover, but that happens a lot. And like, I mean, that would have been nice if they just gave him a full ass hour.
Right?
Like, just why not?
Yeah, I mean, budgets. I guess animation takes a lot of time and money.
Oh yeah. Especially since it looks so good. It's like, I mean, this series as a whole really surprised me because I think I went in initially thinking it was just going to be a Rick and Morty clone.
It started out a little Trek and Morty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and I was kind of like, you know, I didn't think it was actually going to have any heart. I thought it was going to be very soulless, just because it just seemed like they were going to capitalize off of like the wacky science, like anything, you know, aspect of Rick and Morty. And it's kind of how initially I thought it was going to be, but I think this really surprised me and just like how much heart it had and how much like how good the characters are. Where it's at, it quickly distanced itself from a Rick and Morty thing, where it's like Rick and Morty is probably like bottom of the barrel garbage,
right?
and suffered like a very very awful end, you know, with like the allegations against its creator and all that stuff, and it's just like it's like something that's just like.
Didn't they continue it on though? Didn't they get new? Like
they got new voice actors and everything just to replace them.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was like one of those shows. It was like, but this show I think definitely like showed how much more. It's a much smarter show and a much more interesting show, and also just like a way funner show. I thought. Like also,
but I mean, it is for Star Trek fans. Like
it is for Star Trek fans. Yes,
I would never subject this to someone as their first Star Trek show. I would never do that.
Yeah, actually, it was funny. Like my my 22-year-old coworker, one thing he knows about me is I like Star Trek, and so like after Christmas, he came up to me, and he was just like. You know, he's like, hey, you know, I watched some Star Trek. And I was just like, oh. And I was hoping like he wouldn't have seen like, something like Lower Decks, where it's like Lower Decks is so referential to a lot of different previous things. It'd be completely over his head. But he actually watched the Charlie X episode of TOS. Like I was just like, wow.
That's a deep cut. That's interesting. He probably looked for like best episodes of Star Trek and saw Charlie X, and he's like, all right. All right.
I was just like, you watched the Charlie X episode? He's like, yeah, Pat, I went and saw I saw an episode where there was like a kid who was really immature and he was being really annoying to everyone and he was annoying Kirk and stuff. Like, oh, Charlie X. He's like, yeah. And I was just like, wow, you watched that episode. Interesting. So, but yeah, I thought, but it's good. I guess he's starting from the beginning and he'll probably, maybe he'll work up to Lower Decks eventually. And by the time he gets to Lower Decks, it'll be way more Trek for him to watch and enjoy. Yeah. If he sticks with it, who knows? I don't know. He seemed to like it.
Who knows? Yeah, you might have made a new Trekkie. That's all it takes, you know.
Yep, exactly. I've been trying to be nicer to him because I realize that in a way I'm sort of a representative for Star Trek in it. because just like, you know, it's just like, you know, if someone knows that you really like something. And then and then they check it out, and if you're an asshole to them, they probably won't want to check it out. They'll probably have a sour. So I'm like, okay, so since that's the one thing he knows about me, you know, I don't want anyone to have sour feelings about Star Trek.
That. Star Trek's making you into a better person, there, Pat.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
making you into a better man.
Better man. Yeah. So I don't want to misrepresent Star Trek and be a bad fan to people and keep them from enjoying Star Trek to its fullest. So
that's good of you. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm gonna miss Lower Decks. It's sad. I don't know what. I mean, nothing's gonna fill that void. I mean, one thing that might be a positive. So they, like, right after this, they got rid of discussing Trek. The Will Wheaton talk show. That's
it's no more.
Yeah, the post episode show for all the Star Treks. They got rid of it.
I've never actually watched that.
I haven't either. I don't want to.
Yeah,
I've watched clips. I watched clips of it, and it's mostly just Will Wheaton like doing full fellatio on actors and creators, and we're like, I love what you did with this. I love what you did with this, and like I'm like, that's not a question.
Yeah, it's safe for work porn.
Right. Yeah.
Grown man deep throats director. Grown man deep throats Jack Quaid.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah. So, but you know, it's sad to see any Star Trek media go, really.
But, yeah, absolutely.
You know, and now I'm afraid that like Will Wheaton will spend more time on social media again now that he doesn't have a job.
Oh no.
I'm surprised he hasn't. I'm surprised he hasn't ended up on like some weird reality show doing something.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like, I mean, there has to be a new season of Strange New Worlds coming out for his like Talk Trek show.
Right.
Is it just because? Is it? Are you sure it's not just on hiatus because like there's no new Trek series coming out?
So I don't know if they're gonna keep Trek going. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we got the Section 31 movie.
And then we've got a new season of Strange New Worlds, and they're renewed through season, I think, just season 3.
Oh boy!
Yeah, so I don't know if we'll get any more Trek after that, because what else do we have? I mean, we don't have anything else. They don't have any more Picard. Oh, we have the new the young adult show.
Oh yeah, Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, that's coming out. Oh, and that's got Paul Giamatti.
Hells yeah.
So I'm interested in that a little bit. They got some good casting going, and they got fucking Pauly G's up in there, which you can get me to watch nearly goddamn anything if he's up in it. Fucking love that guy. He's like, God, he's a guy like, he's magnetic to watch. Like,
yeah, I should have watched The Holdovers again this year. That was a good Christmas movie.
That's a great Christmas movie. It's really heartfelt. Love that shit.
Yeah, it was good. It was very surprisingly good. The young guy who he acted against was excellent as well, and that was like the first movie he'd ever been in.
Holy shit! Oh, really good. Yeah. So, gosh, Star Trek, R.I.P. I guess. Like,
yeah, for the time being.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, there's not a lot coming out. We'll watch the Section 31 movie when that comes out, and then I think we gotta wait till summer in order for Strange New Worlds to come out. Time marches on, so we'll have to figure out a lot to do in between then.
Oh no! I think there's like 100,000 episodes of Star Trek.
Yeah, good thing we have a little. Yeah,
only scratch the surface.
Yeah, maybe we should redo the movies too, to where we don't have like 4 or 5 hour episodes, like hour-long episodes on the movies.
A good manageable listening.
Well, that's been our podcast. You got anything else to say about this bad boy?
No. Yeah, if it's now's a good time as any to start Lower Decks from the beginning.
Indeed it is. So, thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers. If you've enjoyed our show, please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you get podcasts. If you really like us, please support us on Patreon at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. My name has been Britton.
Diab and Pat.
And you've been listening to Soy Trek. Thanks for hanging with us, Voyagers.
Oh, thanks for checking with us, soy boys, girls, and otherworldly beings.
Hang dong and shocker, everybody.
Bye.
Soy, 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 soy. Soy, 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 soy.